Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, depending on which part of the world you are. This is me, Amechi Optimist AK, broadcasting from Ebonyi State. I'm talking about TBC. You all know it very well that many faces has been appearing on YouTube talking about this single big project that we have, TBC. The greatest opportunity so far around the world. But despite the fact that this is the greatest and the biggest opportunity so far, there are some who are still not yet understanding what we're doing. Those who are still not clear as to exactly what we are talking about. But that notwithstanding, we are not giving up. We continue to do whatever we can to help people to appreciate what we're doing. And because of that, we are not giving up. We are not relenting. We keep on trying to help people understand that we are building a huge project, and doing that, you see some come and some go, just like that and like that. We continue to move forward to what we're doing. So when you talk about being excited, in fact, TBCians, those who know what they're doing, they are always excited. Not just those who are opportunistic in nature, sorry to say that. Those who are just waiting to see what they can get out of TBC without putting in the necessary or the needed effort. Those ones are just opportunists. But let them wait and see what TBC is moving on to become. So, this afternoon again, I have to still look into some areas whereby if we really consider it, it will help us to know why certain things are the way they are in the community. Reasons why some people are not responding, or they are not responding to TBC or crypto ideologies generally. There are reasons why people are doing that, and that is the areas I'll be touching briefly as to why people, even those you look up to and expect that they are to jump into the opportunity because of cryptocurrency and what is possible through that, but you see them lagging behind. Why are they not coming up as we expect them to be? Number one reason is this. Number one reason is they are fearful. They are afraid of venturing into what they don't know. Okay? They don't know it, and no matter how you try to help them see, they just say you pump and plain that, look, I am not made for something like this. In fact, it's not in my line. So telling me to come into something like this, I don't think it will work for me. The second reason is that they are fearful of losing their money. Okay? They are afraid of losing their money, but very ridiculous. You notice that these people who are afraid of losing their money, in other areas that they have other things they have ventured in, they keep on losing money, so to say. So, but here in TBC, they are just afraid of losing their money for no just any reason. No matter the assurance you give them, okay. Sometimes I go, there's no of asking, is your $130? If you lose $130 today, is that going to kill you? People are afraid of taking risk, and especially what they don't know, and that is why we go about from time to time. You see us on YouTube, you see us outside there, you see us one-on-one trying to talk about TBC, trying to educate people for them to really know what we are doing. So, and those who are not understanding it, I may strongly believe that the reason why it is like that is because of their circle of friendship. Their circle of friends, because your friends, the impact, the influence they have on you goes a long way. I was discussing with an old friend the other day. You know, all along I have been talking to him about TBC, and he's equally seeing that I am progressing in TBC. But most of the time, he says that, look, Amechi, this computer of a thing, I don't know computer, and I cannot assure you that I will be able to do it and things like that. And he went as far as telling me that a friend told him that anything that has to do with computer, that whatever it is, that he will be scammed. No matter whoever is managing it for you, that you are definitely going to end up being scammed. And I said, well, you're my friend. I reached out for you. And another friend is also telling you what to be done. Between two of us now, can't you see that the influence of somebody else, that your other friend, who is not into the line of what I'm doing, is now overpowering me, so to say, because he can only advise you on what he knows. Yes, but now I'm also advising you on what I know, and of which, as a friend, if you really trust me, if you really believe me, that I'm not going to deceive you into something that is not good. So the issue sometimes, one's friendship, one circle of friends, is where the problem usually comes from. And that is why, this period now, we are talking about how we can quickly get into our economy phase in TBC, and because of that, we are anxious. In fact, we cannot hide, we are anxious. We want to bring people in. But as a result of this, it is good to bring people in, but the danger there is that some may actually go about lying for them to actually come in. And if we remember this, we also have to think and know that the same issue of telling people untruth just to bring them into the community, it nearly caused serious havoc in TBC if it didn't cause that. So, being truthful, and I still strongly believe that growing TBC organically is the best way. It's not just about registering people, bringing them in, they pay. No. Tell them, train them, help them to understand the bigger picture of what TBC is. Don't just go about and stylishly bring them in. The other day I was with somebody, yes, my doctor, and we were just discussing generally about how things are rough and everything. And he told me that he got a text message from a friend of his calling him for a training by an NGO that they want to give people offer, do this and that. But when he got there, after motivating them for about 30 minutes or thereabouts, they now started to introduce their products of what they are selling. They have to pay some certain amount before they get in. He said that in fact, he was pissed off. So what am I trying to say? Sometimes we know that majority of what is happening outside there, they are all scams. They have seen that they are going nowhere. Okay? The fiat currency that we are busy struggling for is taking us to nowhere. We've been with it for too long a time. And what is it leading us up to? It's just all about how we can be able to lie. In fact, I was discussing with somebody the other day. I told him that, look, in cryptocurrency, especially in TBC, it's a different world. Then in fiat world, in fiat currency, is entirely something different, because in fiat currency, all you'll be seeing is, I don't have. There's no money. We are just managing. And that same person telling you there's no money, we are just managing. You see him or her doing something with money, and that's the same person who is managing. That's the same person telling you there's no money. But yes, it has become natural that yes, when somebody tells you that there's no money and you see the person do something, well, they just take it. That's just the way, because the fiat system has just succeeded in making us all liars. We are being trained how to protect what we have through lying, because we don't have much of it. So instead of telling someone I can't give you that, I'm not, please, there's not, just like that. But in TBC, I have experienced it. I haven't done it for others. When it comes to, hey, please look at this, you see something that is entirely different from what you see in the fiat currency. You are willing to help somebody out with an abundance-based cryptocurrency such as TBC. You are willing, you feel happy that yes, I am helping this person because I have it. What you have in abundance, and you have somebody in need, and probably in that line, or from the money you made from TBC, and somebody is in need of money and you are still holding back. You are not being, in fact, you are not in the mood. You are not really getting, you haven't gotten to the groove of what TBC is helping us to understand. When you say you have an abundance, it shows that when somebody comes to you for help, you reach out. That is different between fiat currency and abundance-based digital currency, such as what we have in TBC. So, having complete knowledge of what we have should move us to stand up for something good. Okay? And something happened the other day. I drafted an article about TBC excitedly, how it was, and the good thing about it. In fact, I was talking about generally about how the means of exchange started from fiat, and they started from cowries and moving from one step to the other and things like that. I posted it online. To my greatest surprise, someone picked it. Excuse me. Someone picked it and perfected it in a way that I said, wow. So this thing is like, in fact, I drafted mine without picture, but the person who picked it up, I don't know him or her, perfected it with a corresponding, in fact, a fitting picture, illustration. Use picture that really explain everything in details. But the only difference was that why I did that, I said everything that would make somebody or those really need to be convinced about the need of cryptocurrency. I didn't put any of my contact. All I did was that, okay, if you love this and the best thing you need to do, contact anybody who you know that, contact me or anyone else that can help you to explain better. The person just ended up putting his or her number there. I looked at it and said, well, people have different ways of doing their things. But if we realize that we are just pursuing one goal, we are just after one mission, and that is the reason why we have to say, why we continue to say that we are not MLM, we are not multi-level marketers that we see people out all over the places. Yeah, this is something that I registered somebody here in Nigeria. It affects the world global, the world at large. Someone in China registered in TBC, my account grew. Someone in US registered in TBC. In fact, any part of the world. That is how the system is built. But in the most of the multi-level marketing that you see out there is that, oh, you have to be your personal effort. You continue to recruit. You recruit this. You bring this. You do this. What happens to those who are down below? So we have something that is much better than network marketing that people are just going about striving to, collect people's money and encode it with different stories and things like that. So we should desist from that. We are in something as big as TBC, and we also want to be very careful because it is difficult sometimes to bring in people. The level of our knowledge and how expressional we are as to talk to people convincingly for them to come in. Some they have tried, and probably after a few weeks or months or thereabout, even year, they are not succeeding. You see them moving into another way. Excuse me. Just a minute, please. Sorry for that break. So, as I was trying to say, instead of doing things rightly by trying to continually talk to people, they somehow turn to praise singers, and they channel their attention, their ability, their effort, believing that, oh, if I praise this person who is doing well in TBC, at least he'll be at least covering me up, probably from what he or she is making, he'll be settling me, and I'm also a member of TBC. Even if I can't bring others in, I am busy praising this. It is good to praise, but don't make it as your own way of doing TBC. Another issue is this, that some network marketers sometimes they mistook us to be in competition with them. We are not competing with network, and we don't compete with any, even in crypto industry, we don't compete with anybody or any group. TBC is something different, entirely on its own. So we are open to tell them that we are not the same level with them. In fact, if you understand what we are doing, if you understand TBC properly, they know that we are not competing with them. We are rather making something different that if they could imbibe the idea, it's going to help them. Because this thing is free money after all. So we are far, far removed from the Ponzi schemes all over the places. Sometimes they come to rub shoulder together that they're going to attack TBC. Attack TBC for what? You are not attacking TBC because TBC is not your level. It will benefit you more if you can come on board and know that TBC is something different. Okay? Don't try to fight ignorantly. If you don't understand TBC, try to understand. Okay? If you have seen that TBC is something better and nothing so far like it, why not make yourself available to learn and be taught and know that you are in one of the biggest opportunities around the world. So let us desist from the idea of yes, I'm into TBC. I can also do other things. TBC is not asking you not to do any other thing, but do not jeopardize the opportunities you have in TBC because of other fly overnight ideas here and there. We are trying to rain down our economy very soon, and that is the area we should focus. If we are to sponsor one person, let that one person be one person that is properly educated about TBC. Because you can go about and sponsor thousands, and that thousands, they don't know anything about TBC. But if you can concentrate on, okay, about 5 persons, and that 5 persons, they know actually what TBC is, we are rest assured that when they speak to the next 5 persons, let me say they pick themselves by 1 each, so to say, or even by 2. That is the better way to multiply, and not just rank and file members of TBC. And those are the type that go about the whole places giving TBC bad name. I was working into this. Yeah, they were showing flyers. I joined them. They say we are going to make money. Where's that money now? Where's that money now? Because they were not properly trained about TBC. The person who brought them in only succeeded in just talking to them sweet-moutedly, and they joined. But if you are bringing in one person in TBC, let that one person be able to multiply, and the person can only multiply if he or she is properly educated about what TBC is. Because TBC, the reason why people are not joining is but one thing: they don't understand it. But anybody in his right senses that understand what TBC is, if you are able to take somebody down and explain to him this is what TBC is, they will jump with both hands and legs into TBC. So it is no longer whether crypto has come to stay. Cryptocurrency is the topic around the world, and the earlier people get on board, the better for them. Because as for TBC, we are already moving, and people should understand that what we are doing is unlike whatever they have come across before. So let us be proud. Let us have that confidence that we are moving with something that is very great. Let us be proud about TBC and make videos and tell others. You can even show others. Look at the video I did for TBC, not just showing them the video that other people have done. You can show them when they see you talking about TBC, they say, yeah, so this thing you're talking about, you really believe in it. And that is another way to market. You can't just depend, okay. Sometimes you also show them, look at what I've gotten because of TBC. No matter how little or how big it is, motivate them. And don't just go about exaggerating issues or telling them what is not a fact. Be sincere. And when people know that you are sincere, they know that you are saying the truth. They have a way of knowing. So let us desist from saying what is not the fact. This is Amechi. I love you. Please subscribe and let us continue to do TBC rightly. Bye for now.